Hey there, guys. This is Silk. We're at the Battle in Seattle. I kind of want to do a recap of the game we had here. Don't really have a table name for everything, but this was myself as the Commonwealth. Dear old Beamlord was the Common Turn. Mafui was my partner as the USA. And then we had Fecking Wrecked as Japan and yeah, as Germany. And Caesar was Italy. Really good time. I want to kind of show it off a little bit to you guys. One of our better Allied performances. Due to some little bit of good dice luck right at the very end, we did manage to finish it on turn 17 of all things. Allies got 8 to the Axis 7 and the Common turn 7. Then the end game die was a 3. It was a 1 and 3. So the board game started pretty normal. The Germans, of course, came through and took out Poland. There was some real back and forth fighting in England for a little while with your normal like bombing and interception and whatnot. Got a little bit lucky. We killed 3 German fighters and a medium bomber, I think, for the single cost of a single British fighter. So that kind of helped us get a little ahead. The nationalists took a really risky scramble here in Spain and lost the fight on turn 1, and it kind of doomed their Spanish campaign. And the Republicans were able to very quickly get things ahead, and they just kind of ground them down and then just finished the job here on turn 17 for a late Spain for the Soviets. There was no real major combats on the Eastern Front. The Germans went hard in Istanbul pretty early, about turn 12, I think. Maybe it was 11. And Soviets never tried to take it from them. Major fights, though, up in Helsinki. Helsinki swapped 3 times, I think, with the Soviets finally retaking it just now on 17 to get their 7th point. For the Allies, most of our focus ended up being down here in the Pacific. Japan had come down to here and here, threatening to take Sydney at the time. The Commonwealth went ahead and declared war on them. The U.S. Was at, I believe, 49 or 50 income. Went ahead and took the chance, and it turned off the surprise attack. And Japan made the decision to go ahead and go anyway. So they ended up, but they couldn't get directly to Sydney, so it kind of slowed them down a turn. They had to come here, and without the surprise attack, while Sydney did fall, I think it cost about 10 of the 12 or 13 ground units that Japan had. So they did not have very much left. They then surrendered dear old Anzac, but it took them a long time to get back. And there was a major, by that time, the British fleet had come across. The American fleet, with the Japanese being so far low, had come also across. And as you notice, there's not a British fleet on the board anymore. Japan then had the big fight with the 2 fleets clashing, and just great dice on their part. And they sent the entire British fleet and the effectively starting American fleet in the Pacific to the bottom at a pretty good cost, though. They only had about, I think, 4 ships left when they were done, and a handful of planes. But so America at that point actually came back across with part of their Mediterranean fleet, and then that also got sunk. But that was then the end of the Japanese fleet. It was kind of picked apart by remnants of the British Air Force and whatnot. And the on 17, kind of the slow Gurkha stack walked down, and with air power was able to overwhelm the Japanese defenders. That turned, so never stepped back on. This was a real interesting little tidbit here, because Japan was so far out of range fighting in Sydney. The U.S. was able to actually kind of turn the Philippines into a small little mini base. And you can see here, he's actually got 2 factories on it. There's 2 different shipyards. It had an air base. It was really able to create a forward striking kind of platform, and it served the U.S. quite a bit well. Caused the Japan to just run out of steam. The CCP was able to evolve. They did a little nice little chicanery move where they took out Hong Kong and used that as their 13th point when the KMT was truce to them. So really nice, brilliant play there by Meme Lord. Did a nice job. But it's just not quite sufficient enough. The Comintern got to 7, but couldn't really push to 8. They got their tech point, but had just no ability to get into the Eastern Front. So they kind of stalled out at 7. And the Axis, once they lost the Italian point, which you can kind of see here, has been pretty well overwhelmed. They also kind of couldn't push past 7. So at that point, once the Allies were able to get Triumph Capitalism as their 8th point, we then lost the railroad. But the U.S. hit both techs, both rockets and bombers, on turn 17 to unlock the U.S. tech point. And as it turned out, that was the difference of the game. They were able to succeed that, and the Allies won without liberating Sydney, as it turned out. So that's it. Just kind of want to do a nice little recap. Great game. Super fun. Great time with all these fellas. Certainly I'll be coming back again next year. And that's about it. Just kind of wanted to show the game off to everybody, and hope you all, if you haven't had the chance to do one of these events, I definitely recommend it. So take care, guys. Have a good night.